Hey guys, Steph Sanity, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to cover the bullet journal setup for July. We'll jump right into the title page. The theme is going to be red, white, and blue for the 4th of July. I'm using my favorite pastel artist Pitt pens to draw out the title. Everything I use in this video will be linked down below. I drew the letters very large and it's difficult to keep the lines flawless and smooth when they're this large, so I just keep touching up the rough parts and smoothing them out. Then I'm going to make it look more three-dimensional by adding lines outside the downstrokes, which we will add some color to using the Tombow dual brush pens. I'm coloring the empty space with the Tombow dual brush pens and making it look kind of like stars and stripes. I'm leaving some patches blank because I don't have a white pen nearby. I'm accentuating the tips next by using a jelly roll pen, and this is in silver. And now I'm going to add a couple of pineapple stickers to the page because it seemed fitting for summer, and I've been obsessed with pineapples lately. So here begins the fireworks, which will probably be the most fun part of the video. I'm drawing these out with my fine tip artist pen and then outlining them with the pinkish red, blue, and gold metallic gel pen. These will be linked below as always. Be really careful, once again they do smudge, but the color is so pretty once it does dry. So these are kind of more like firecrackers, but we're going to draw some traditional looking fireworks soon too. And with all of these, I would just suggest sketching them first in pencil and also just make a series of lines, some broken and some curved slightly. I pulled up a photo of fireworks to help me draw these out more realistically, but as you can see, I'm far from a pro. It's just fun to practice, and just know that the bullet journal is yours. It's for your eyes only for the most part, so don't feel pressured to get it perfect, and don't stress out if it's not perfect. I really like the effect that the metallic gel pens give to the fireworks. The sheen they give just makes it look like what you would envision with fireworks. The other fireworks, I'm using a dual brush pen. I'm using the brush tip side. I like it because it looks kind of like the sparks are giving off light as they would in real life. And I think if I were to choose between the two, it probably would be good to mix them, but I think I'd choose the Tombow dual brush pens or any kind of brush pen. So I did speed through this a little bit. Just take your time if you choose to recreate it. I'm also using a Micron Pigma pen a little bit just to create some thicker dots. The dots really make all the difference when drawing the fireworks because it looks like sparks, so it looks like it's actually like coming to life. So I would definitely suggest doing some different color dots all around the fireworks that you do draw. Otherwise it can look kind of lacking. So I just wanted to completely fill up this page. I didn't want to leave any of it blank. I wanted to like scream out like summer and 4th of July, and I wanted it to catch my eye when I'm flipping through the journal. So I may have gotten a little bit carried away, but I thought it looked a little bit weird leaving any big blank spaces. So I'm just drawing some sparklers, some fireworks, and some firecrackers like I said up at the top, and then just filling in all the other areas with those sparks. And I'm using different pens to do that of different thicknesses because, like I said, that's how you get the good effect of like real fireworks. Now moving on to the next page, I like to make the first page of the month a monthly overview where I can see the calendar, not so much for writing in, but for reference. It's easiest for me to visualize the month this way, and it helps me a lot when filling in my other spreads because I go flip back to this page just so I get a good idea of where the days fall. I tried incorporating the theme as much as I could into this spread. As you can see, I'm going to be using my red, blue, and gold pens since I'm using the paper as a white, and you'll also see that I add more fireworks. Get as creative as you want with this page. You'll be coming back to it a lot, so you'll want to love it. This is less clean and crisp than my June calendar, but I kind of wanted it that way. I kind of wanted this one to be more fun and less perfect. I wanted to kind of experiment with this. I feel like that makes for more fun in your journal, but also in these videos. I'm using my gold Tombow dual brush pen to write out the days of the week up at the top. So now I'm adding some fireworks and firecrackers down at the bottom just to kind of spice it up a bit. And then I'm using a stencil because I haven't used stencils yet. And I'm using that to do like little fireworks and stars on the sides of the calendar since there is some space there. And I really liked how this turned out actually. I'm going to add some designs and color to them with a series of different pens as well. I added some stripes to the stars, which I thought turned out pretty cool. And then just adding some more color throughout the month as well. And then I left space at the bottom for a notes section since, like I said, I'm probably not going to be writing in the calendar itself. I do still want to keep track of key dates and reminders. Adding some colors and little fireworks around the notes as well. The next page is going to be a daily log, which I'll write in on a daily basis. I may use this instead of weekly spreads since I keep a separate journal and don't really have a need for the weekly spreads. Let me know what you guys think, if you prefer to see them or if you leave them out as well. Just let me know your thoughts. This page may look pretty plain on its own, but once I start writing in it, it will really come to life and it'll fill up and it'll look good. I want the writing to shine in pages like this anyway. Also notice that I'm tagging each of the pages July, just drawing a little block in the corners, just so it makes it easy to flip through and know what the pages belong to. Also, I really didn't like how it looked right away, so I went back and darkened up all the days of the week, and I liked the way it looked a lot better. So I hated how it looked at first. I'm using my blue zebra midliner pen to just highlight the days and dates. Now I'm adding just some dots in between the weekdays and the dates just to, like I said, spruce it up a bit, and then doing my classic design for the title. Next up, we have the classic habit tracker and mood tracker page. Alright, this is actually going to be my favorite part of the video because I messed up and I had to think fast to correct it, and everybody makes mistakes and it's just really cool to try to correct it and make it work. So that's my favorite way of dealing with mistakes. So I didn't wait long enough after using the gel pen for it to dry, so I ended up smudging it pretty badly. So to correct it, I smudged the other side and made them resemble fireworks. Whenever you make a mistake, I say it's better off to make it look intentional and just roll with it. I'm doing faux calligraphy because that's my favorite style for the titles. Last month I made this chart vertically, but I'm going to try horizontal this month. I'm writing in the same habits as last month because they worked really well for me. This really helped to hold myself accountable and to keep up with my habits, and it really did make a difference. So I highly recommend you guys keep some sort of habit tracker, even if you don't have a bullet journal, or even if you kind of slack off on your bullet journal, it's still good to look back on. Now we're moving on to the mood tracker, where I'll track a word a day rather than percentages as I did last month. I want to experiment to see which way I like better, and then I'll go with my favorite moving forward. So I'm just going to write the days of the week vertically, and then I'll just fill in the word of the day next to it. I may even fill in percentage as well. I'm not sure. I'm just doing something different than the chart that I did last month just to change it up. And the last page that we're going to do today is a brain dump page, which is really common to include in a bullet journal. I wanted to make this title look cool, so I added a bunch of designs and details in there, and once again pulled out that stencil just to experiment with that. Adding some red, white, and blue, of course. I just wanted to incorporate the theme as much as possible, but for the habit tracker and mood tracker, just going back for a second, I didn't want to keep that too busy because it will look really busy once I start writing in it. Alright guys, that's about it for this video. That's my monthly setup for July in my bullet journal. Let me know what your favorite spread was in the comments. I really want to know. I also want to know if you guys like this theme and the way it turned out. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you're interested in seeing more bullet journal videos as well as beauty videos. Thanks again, and I'll see you all very soon.